everybody! How are you all doing? I gotta find a good place to keep my hand that doesn't touch my microphone. So, yeah. Turns out Debbie made a game once upon a time. Yes, it is in Swedish. I was 14 at the moment when I made this in RPG Maker. And I thought it was lost to time until last year. Hello, everybody! Until last year, when I was unpacking an old box after moving that I hadn't unpacked for many years, and I found this on a CD laying around, and I was so happy to actually find this one, and I felt like I really wanted to show this one off in some way. And at first I thought, let's just upload the game and let people download it and play it. But there are a few issues with that, and as Sim has pointed out, one, it's in Swedish, so it's in a language that I think most people that know me anywhere on the internet does not really speak. And secondly, there are parts of this game that I, as an adult, are not 100% okay with. Like, the first thing I'm going to say is like, yes, we're not going to finish the game because of that, because I'm going to stop at a certain point, and there's also 2 scenes I'm going to blank out. Now, there's nothing bad or anything going on in this game, but the entire idea behind it is that you're exploring the house in which I grew up in. I have photographed many of the rooms from many angles, but it also goes into a lot of spaces that I find they're maybe a little bit private, such as going into family members' bedrooms. Back in the day when I did this, I acquired permission to photograph in there, but it was more like, hi, can I photograph your room for my game? And, everybody knew I was going to show that to, our friends when they visit. There was 4 people that were ever going to play it because I forced them. So, yeah, there's stuff like that where I feel I'm not really okay with showing it online like that. And similarly, there's one scene when you go into the bathroom and says meds out on a counter and stuff like that. So I'm going to blank out a few things and we're not going to finish it. Yeah, better keep it safe and respectful, so that's it. And of course, I'm going to have to translate. I think Sim is on the case too. Yeah, so let's get rid of the otherwise very nice music here in the background, because this game has music of its own once you get going. So yeah, I guess I'll just hit new game on this. Meow, I'm so lonely. Everyone is gone. What am I supposed to do? No, it's about time I go look for you all. Or something like that. Help me find all my friends, please. You can come to me if you want to save or quit your game. That's basically it. So, the first thing I would explain is how this controls, because this is made in RPG Maker, but I kinda tried making a point-and-click adventure, and that worked. It works, but RPG Maker is definitely not made for that. So I'm moving this cursor around with my arrow keys. It can only move in 4 directions. And to click, I hit enter. So yeah, I clicked in a general direction. First person Sims, nah. I don't really know if that's the best description of it, but we'll see. So, it's not very evident what you can click on, and the first time I played this myself in recent years, I actually had a hard time finding some stuff because of that. But like, you can click on this door. It's locked! What are we supposed to do? So the options it give you is check clues or do something else, and I know for a fact that we don't have any clues for now, so we can do something else. And this door is just the same. And I had to have this slow, let's type the message out letter by letter. So, yeah, there ain't many places we can go this early on. Oh, so the items you can pick up, they often stand out a lot in the game. They are... That is an old PC. This would have been... I think this is made around Christmas 2003. And I think that PC ran Windows 98, if I am not mistaken. So this is an old game. So yeah, we can pick up the scissor. There's a scissor hanging around here, more or less is what it translates as. So now we have a scissor in our inventory, and I think I can... Oh, a little note. It just says that, a little note. No, we're not letting seem near scissors, but that's a well-established fact these days. And this has the letters N and I on it. And that was one thing that I forgot to mention at the title screen. The name of the game is Bonita's Adventure in English, and Bonita was my cat back in the days, so... Yeah, I just forgot that in all my confusion as usual. It's so dark up there. Check clues or do something else. But I don't think a scissor is going to help us with the dark, so we'll have to move on, I think. Scissor, how are you going to use a pair of scissors to create light or deal with the darkness? I am curious, scene. Sparks, okay. So yeah, I think for now we need... Navigating in this game is super roundabout. Cutting through the darkness is not a half bad idea, actually. So, let's go into the kitchen, and every room in this game has its own little MIDI loop that I also threw together. These two first one are kinda okay, but there are some later on that gets a little bit iffy, and if you stay too long in a room, they definitely get repetitive. So, let's look around in here. We have the stove, and like as you see, I just went around, you know, photographed the house with stuff everywhere and just the way it worked. It's kind of fun watching this again as an adult, but as I said, in some places it also gets a bit personal. But I know we can click on this just from experience. I guess you could put something in this pot and check clues or do something else. I think most people have that dish rack in their kitchen. I think it's probably like an IKEA thing or something. Alright, so do you think we should check the clues or do something else? I think we should check something else. I don't know how putting scissors in the pot is going to help us. So, unless anybody else, of course, thinks that. So yeah, let's look around the kitchen. There's nothing obvious in here. Yeah, sparks. We can use the scissors to make sparks. How is sparks going to help us, though? And once again, here, like the super obvious items you can pick up. So we have an icicle, an ice-cold icicle, and I thought I was so smart and clever when I wrote stuff like that when I was 14. So, yeah, let's move along. So now we have an icicle and a scissor in our inventory, and we can look inside the fridge as well. And this is one of the items that you don't see and that you really have to know where it is. And this is where I got stuck the first time when I played it myself. But if you... I can make an ice sculpture, yes. But if you click on the very blurry butter here, there's a messy key in the butter. Of all places to keep a key. This game is full of completely arbitrary stuff like that. So, okay, we have a messy key. We have an icicle. I don't really know how much of this we're actually going to need, given how far we're going today, or we're not going today. But I do know for a matter of fact that you can do this. Okay, so we can put something in this pot, and I mean, of course, why not put the icicle there? So here we have the lovely inventory system. It's like everything has its specific slot, and every once in a while you have to, you know, scroll through. Oh, it's only 4 pages, it's not that bad, but still, yeah. It's not the best inventory system, but what are you going to do when you try to make a point-and-click game in RPG Maker? So let's put the icicle in there, and if I click on the pot now, it says the icicle is laying here and thawing. It's not always that easy to translate on the back of your head. Hello, Doomshroom, and welcome. We're playing through Demi's awful game she made when she was 14. And I think if I go and look this way, we have another one of the super obvious, you can click these items. So let's take the... I don't think Mom minded me borrowing her cup. Alright, so we have a cup, and I also know for a matter of fact that that means, if I click on it, the icicle has melted to water. So do you want to check our clues or do something else? Hello Draco, and welcome to the stream. So, I mean, I think it's pretty obvious. We have a cooking pot full of water and we have a cup in our inventory. I'm not really certain what this is actually good for in the game, but I know we can do this, yes. Now we have a cup of water. Oh no, Draco, what's this score done to you? Is it being a butt? So, at the very least, we got ourselves a key. I know there are some more items here. I think there's like one of these mirrors have something behind it. Indeed, Benny, and welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, no, that's not fun when Discord is being annoying. Yeah, Discord gets weird sometimes. So I don't really know. This is also one of those items. Okay, that was actually going back, so... But somewhere here there's an hidden item. Maybe it's in the cracks, actually. Yeah, there it is. It's another little note that came out, and this one says BO. And for those of you who may have noticed, the name of the game was Bonita's Adventure, so they're of course going to spell Bonita eventually. Oh yeah, that's always hard when you don't know if it's your computer, if you're supposed to do something about your stuff, or if it is in fact Discord that has trouble. Okay, but the key probably goes to one of these doors, right, that we looked at in the beginning, so let's try this one. It's locked. What are we supposed to do? a clues, and we had what was labeled a messy key when we picked it up, but it's named a sticky key in here, so I'm not 100% consistent with what this key is called, but anyway. This unlocks the bathroom for us. So I'm going to start by going over here. Thanks, Penny. As I said earlier, I was 14 when I made this, and I think I have started making quite a few games, but I think this might be the only one that's finished to a playable state. So if I move in here, there's this little white just mess of something, and if you click it, it's stuck. What are we supposed to do? I love the concept of what are we supposed to do. I think I end most every dialogue with it. Check clues. I do think we have something that's actually useful in here. Yes, scissor time. Theme is on it. Scissor, one of the last items in the inventory. Here we go. Yay, we have a fishing line, it's called a fishing line in English, right? Anyway, you know the item that we got. And now we've come to one of the parts where I am going to temporarily just do this because, 14-year-old Demi didn't always reflect on what was and wasn't visible when she took these photographs, and also, since I don't really have family members' permission to show this online, they did consent to the photographing originally, but I mean, it was never supposed to be distributed like this. I am going to, hide some stuff, but I'm still going to explain to you guys what I will be doing here. So, first, and it's, I can look inside the shower actually, and there's a rusty key lying on the floor, so I picked that one up. That's all there is there. There's really not much to it. And on how do I get there? What am I supposed to click for the who's having keys in the shower? But let's remember, we found the last one in the butter, and there's a lot of arbitrary stuff in this game. So it's just the cupboard basically in the bathroom, like a normal bathroom cupboard, except arbitrary item here is a battery, so I'm going to pick it up, and the cat says, that's a weird place to keep a battery. But okay, we have a battery and we have a fishing line, and I'm actually going to put this back again so you can see what I'm doing. So, the rusty key, since we got in here with the sticky or messy key, Sim has all these keys in the butter, he says. I mean, that might not be a half bad place to keep them. So, let's take a look at this room. It's locked, what are we supposed to do? I suggest we check the clues, and your entire car. Okay, keeps her car in the butter. Oh, car key in the butter. If you keep your car in the butter, I really admire the dedication. In the toilet is definitely an awful place for keys. Alright, so we have the rusty key here somewhere. There it goes. And we can get in here. And, I mean, the first very noticeable thing in here is the flashlight up top. Yeah, Draco, always a good idea to try another browser and see if that helps. And Cat's litter box is also an awful place to keep keys. We're good to come up with... Now I felt like my English failed me completely there. We're good at coming up with weird places to put keys. Yeah, this room is tidy. It's definitely tidy. But you see, there's a flashlight up here, and I think we have already discovered that we are in the need of a light source of some kind. So if I try to grab this, the cat says, I don't reach it. What am I supposed to do? We can check the clues. We might have something in here that's useful. We do have the fishing line. So if I try this, I'm pretty certain, yeah, the line can't get a grip of the flashlight. I guess that's a little bit of a weird way to say it in English, but I'm translating on the fly here. So check clues or do something else. And I know for a matter of fact that we don't have the item to do this just yet. But I know if you click on this box here, somewhere there is the sweet spot. A hook! So now we have a fishing line and a fishing hook. However, 14-year-old Demi could not figure out how to do a system for combining items with each other. So you actually have to go back here again, start by clicking it again, and the cat says I don't reach it. And we check the clues. We go over here, and yes, there is supposed to be the fishing line. And of course it can't really grab onto the flashlight, so now we have to select the other item we want to use with it, and we have the the hook over here. So hooray, a flashlight! Alright, so I think that means we might be ready to go upstairs, actually. So yeah, here we have very old computer again. And let's go up. It's so dark up there. So we check clues and we select our flashlight. And we're free to proceed this far. Shit! The flashlight died! What are we supposed to do? We did pick up a battery earlier. And I love that this inventory screen is dark as well. I remember this actually being an accident, but I liked the effect so much I let it stay. So let's put in the battery, and once again we're free to go upstairs. So here is another area where I'm not really comfortable going into every room, because they are the rooms of my family members. I know you can do this. This is my room. And I think the note, even though it's not legible here, says keep out or something on it. I was that kind of big sister. So if you click it, the cat just says, I'm not allowed in that room. And she wasn't. Because she was a little bee. She would chew on everything and knock everything over. So she definitely wasn't allowed in my room. And yeah, so here we have an item that's a little bit nondescript, but I'm not going to pick this one up for now, because I'm actually going to try reproducing one of the game-breaking bugs in this game. I know there's a few, but I've only managed to find one again. So I'm going to leave that item because it's going to break things later on. So we're supposed to go in here. Okay, this place is locked. What are we supposed to do? Check clues. I think I know what I remember for this one. Or what I remember what I need for this one. Okay, so I'll have to blank a few things out again real quick, because we're going to have to go into one of my sister's rooms to find this item we need. So I'm going to go back to the blank screen again, but I'm still going to be describing what I'm doing. So I'm going into my sister's room. It's about as tidy as the rest of the house, and that's yeah, an older old PC, okay. And that's the reason why I don't really feel comfortable with showing them. And anyway, there's a folded pair of jeans on a bed, and if you click on it, The cat says there's a bobby pin underneath the jeans, and if games taught us anything about bobby pins and locked doors, then that's that they can be picked. So let's get back into the game, and I think I'm supposed to be able to get into the bathroom now. It's locked. What are we supposed to do? Check clues. So let's see. And there's the bobby pin, and it's not actually visible in the game. You have to know that those specific jeans they're clickable to find this. Okay, and now this is open, and I'm actually going to go down and save because we are going to break the game here, so I'm going to need to reload. So we'll actually need to back down. I think I can do like this. Yeah. Yeah, break time. Break the game at least. So, okay, I want to save my game. I can save it as file 1. And let's go back up and watch the game go wrong. Nothing super bad is going to happen, but if I go into the bathroom, here's the other bathroom. This is not as sensitive as the last one, I feel. Oh, Tan, you weren't even allowed to slam my door and no sign on it. Yeah. Okay, so if I look down here, there's a little deflated balloon. So, yeah, we got a balloon. And if I look to the side here, you see there's a key up here. It's floating in the air very suspiciously. And if I click it, the cat says, I don't reach it, but I'm in the mood for flying. So if we check the keys, we just got a balloon. Sam says he likes Tom's dad. I mean... Okay, so when I click the balloon, the cat says, I'm pretty sure there's no air in it. So we can check the clues. Hello, Danny, and no worries, you may be a bit late, but we're still going to be going for a while, even if we're going to be done with this pretty soon. So we need to get air inside the balloon. How are we going to do that? We don't really have an item for that in here. And the weird yellow and blue item I showed earlier is actually the balloon pump. Is that a word in the English language? Anyway, that's what I direct translated as. But we don't have it, so we need to go get it. And, well, someone forgot to break the loop here, so you're stuck forever. You cannot leave. Yeah, an air pump is probably a very good word for it, so... Yeah, I'll actually have to crash the game altogether here and start it up again. Oh, please get some sleep, Danny, if you're sleepy and sore. So anyway, I'm going to load game and I'm going to load or save, so let's go back upstairs, and this time we're going to do things right, and we're going to pick up the air pump and just go into the bathroom. And yeah, the cat doesn't reach it, but she's in the mood for flying, so let's check the clues. We have the... Have I not picked up the balloon? Am I going to get stuck again? No, okay, that you can cancel out of. That's good. We gotta pick up the balloon. It's only when you don't have the air pump that it's glitching out. Oh, are you going to Comic-Con tomorrow? That sounds awesome, Danny. So yeah, please feel free to call it an early night. If you don't end up playing The Sims. The Sims can be a time sink. So, this time, let's get the key. So, balloon. And the cat is pretty certain there's no air in it. So, let's take the air pump. And now the cat says, I need something to hold on to. So once again, we go into our inventory and we actually still have the fishing line. And I'm a little sad that I were lazy here. You just get the key. I'm so sad I didn't make a little graphic for the cat actually flying with a balloon, but yeah, a nice key. And that is as far as we're going to play, because all that's left now, we have actually come more than halfway through this game. And all that's left is the individual rooms of family members. And so for anyone who happens to be interested in the very cheap and simple story we have got going here, we're going to go through the rooms, find a bunch more arbitrary items. Eventually the notes that we've gathered up are going to combine to 2 passwords to activate both computers, and once you do, you get a little message that says that she's actually allowed in my room. And once you get in there, everybody's been hiding in there because we're throwing her a surprise party. And that's the end of the game, basically. But since, as I said, I'm not really comfortable with showing the graphics in the rest of the game for privacy reasons, we're actually going to stop this here. But I hope people have been enjoying this little look into Demi's lame childhood project. I guess I shouldn't call it lame. I mean, it's kind of sweet. I remember being very proud of this back in the days. And I think if you want to quit the game properly, you actually have to go down and talk to the cat as well. I think the reason why you have to talk to the cat for this is that I wanted to bypass RPG Maker's menu system, and this was probably the most convenient way of doing that. So, here we go. Yeah, quit the game. And then we get back to the main menu. So, oh, thanks guys. Yeah, so I'm just going to go ahead and put some other background music on here. And so one of the reasons why I wanted to show this off is, of course, I mean, I wanted to show this. It's a pretty neat little thing, and I was, as I said, very happy when I found this one on a CD and just, you know, be able to get it back up and running again. And I love the nice Photoshop effect I've got going on that background. But another reason why I wanted to be showing this is because I've been messing around a lot with the Overwatch workshop lately, and one of the things that it's been reminding me of a lot is RPG Maker, actually, and part of me is itching a little bit to get back into RPG Maker and just do something stupid for the heck of it. So I was thinking that maybe we should dedicate some streams to a little bit of collaborative game making and try to make something probably short and silly, but still in RPG Maker. And I know there have been requests on Discord for us to do some character design, and that's absolutely something that I am more than happy to invite you guys to help me with on maybe a draw pile stream. We could get together and make some characters. So Seambot again. Seambot can be a character if he wants. But yeah, this is it for this game, and it didn't even take us 40 minutes to go through all that, and we weren't even that quick about it, so I figured we might need to do something more for this stream. And one of the things that struck me the other day was that I saw in the Epic launcher Enter the Gungeon is available for free, so I actually grabbed it. I've never touched Enter the Gungeon in my life. I've watched a few streams of it, and it's like one of these games I'm just watching the pretty sound effects and colorful flashes. I've heard it's hard, so I was thinking maybe we should watch me flail a little bit in Enter the Gungeon. Yeah, I'm probably just going to die over and over again as well and make an ass of myself, but absolutely I am okay with you people watching that. So I was thinking that I'm going to take a short little break, and I need to go get myself something to drink, and then I'll be right back. And yeah, Benny's right. All the early Enter the Gungeon streams, they're just people dying. So we'll do some Enter the Gungeon once I'm back. So I am going to leave you with this screen, and I advise you to get some stretching and some drinking, maybe some snacks yourselves, and I'll be seeing you in a little bit. Bye bye.